Hi guys, welcome all. 1 week to draft day, 1 week to the first round of the NFL draft. Sure, we're all getting excited. But let's get cracking on with this week's trades. Now, we haven't had any in any of the ghost leagues, or certainly none worth talking about. Indeed, the best offer I got was Jordan Love and Dawson Knox for Antonio Gibson and Kadarius Toney. I think we all know that went straight in the bin. So let's go into some of the leagues, some of the trades and some of the other leagues that some of you have got. Now, first off, a trade in a league that I'm part of. And it involved Thessaloniki giving up Zach Wilson, Chris Carson in this year's 308 and acquiring from pretty good team Dalvin Cook. Now, on the paper, on the surface, this might look fairly even, but when I delve deeper into it, it's a trade that makes absolutely no sense to me on the Thessaloniki side. On the dispersal draft, he went down the route of acquiring draft picks, both this year and in the future, and young talent. Now he's given up a young quarterback in a 14-team Superflex league, and he's acquired a running back nearing the age cliff, nearing the last 2 years production, certainly past his peak production. So I can't see why he's done that in any way, unless he's looking to move on from Cook and turn him around quickly. But in all honesty, I think he would have got more value off of selling Zach Wilson, or just simply keeping Zach Wilson if you believe in him. If you don't believe in him, then sell him for a bit of value. I don't think anyone's going to give you 2 firsts for Dalvin Cook nowadays. I think that those days are at least 12 months ago, at least. Chris Carson, don't mind him getting rid of that. In the 3rd round pick, it's not going to come to much. It's a basic dart throw. I think it's great work by a pretty good team. Getting off of Dalvin Cook. I believe he bought him for peanuts. I think it was the 115 in Chase Edmonds or something like that. So he's basically turned the 115 and Chase Edmonds into a young, promising second-year quarterback. Good work there. Be interesting to see what Thessaloniki does with Dalvin Cook, and I'll certainly be in the market for buying him. So we'll keep an eye on that. Next up is a league that I used to be part of. It's got Bill Cipher giving up Tua, and acquiring from Jungle Land Tony Pollard and Chris Godwin. Now you'll notice it's a 16-team Superflex league, so as we've talked before, the quarterback position is absolutely pivotal, vital in this situation. Giving up a young quarterback with great weapons, it's an important year for him, and you've acquired a backup running back and a wide receiver who's going to be injured for at least 4, 5, 6 games this season, maybe more. I don't like it. I know the values may be there, but sometimes, as I say, we have to look past trade values, trade calculators, trade charts, and just look at basic common sense. 16-team Superflex league, 2 quarterbacks per team, that's 32 quarterbacks. That's every team in the NFL. Cannot stress how important it is to have a quarterback, or 2 quarterbacks. Wide receivers, you can pick up anywhere, absolutely anywhere. So I think that's great work by Jungle Land, and I think Bill Cipher, just stop for a moment and think, how are you going to get a better quarterback than Tua? You know, you're not going to turn Chris Godwin into a better quarterback. You're certainly not going to turn Tony Pollard into a better quarterback. So yeah, that was an interesting one. Now we've got a whole pile sent to me from Josh. Now I've got no idea what order these came in, so I'm just going to go through them and deal with each one individually. You'll see there's a lot of players, a lot of teams involved in 2 or 3 trades, a lot of players involved going back 4 here, there and everywhere. So I'm just going to look at each one on their individual merit. First of all, we've got Hannibal Lecter giving up Zach Wilson in this year's 105 and acquiring from Fatty Davis Mills, Matthew Stafford and Van Jefferson. I would pretty much say this is a fair and equal trade. The 105 this year, again, if you go to a trade value chart, you go to a trade calculator, it's going to tell you the 105 is worth quite a lot. In reality, we look at the rookie drafts, we look at rookie mocks, and what we're getting for it, we're probably getting the wide receiver 2 or 3, and we all know that landing spots could make that not a great pick. It could be a bust. We've got Zach Wilson again, young quarterback, surrounded by good assets in Michael Carter and Elijah Moore, and it's likely they're going to be in the market for a Drake London or Garrett Wilson. So it's a big year for Zach Wilson, hopefully a breakout for him. The other side, we've got Matthew Stafford. All his career, he's just piled up fantasy points. He's one of those underrated, undervalued players that for some reason the fantasy community can't get behind. A bit like Kirk Cousins kind of thing. We've got Kirk Cousins coming up later as well. Davis Mills, quarterback at Houston. Make or break season for him. It seems like Houston are going to give him a year. I think it's going to be a very difficult year for him. Second years, I mean, we all seen what happened with Minshew at Jacksonville. First year he looked like he was going to be the franchise quarterback. Second year he completely face planted. Van Jefferson, I think that's just a throw in. What would you give for him? Mid to late second, early third maybe? He's certainly a bit part on that offense, but you're always going to be playing second fiddle to certainly Cooper Kupp and also Allen Robinson now as well. So I think it's a good trade, a good fair trade, and I think it probably comes out about even in my head. Next one, we've got Fatty again, giving up Derek Carr and Michael Pittman and acquiring from Patrick Bateman Tua, Rashad Bateman, and this year's 207. I would say this one's pretty much spot on as well, not much really to go there. Derek Carr, Tua, both valued probably roughly the same, I would say. Probably both worth 1.5 to 2 firsts. Just the difference in the age. Derek Carr is obviously surrounded by a plethora of talent with Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs. You know, he's got great weapons there. Tua we've spoke about before, make or break year. He's got Jalen Waddle, he's got Tyreek Hill, he's got Mike Gesicki. So great things expected from both of them. Michael Pittman, he's now got Matt Ryan as his quarterback. He's had a decent couple of years in the NFL. He's established himself as the wide receiver 1 on that team. Don't know if they're going to draft a rookie with early draft capital or not, so we'll see how that pans out. Rashad Bateman, promising, but he's on a Baltimore offense that doesn't throw much, and he's competing with Mark Andrews and Hollywood Brown. Now I like Bateman, I think there's great potential there, but I just don't see how there's any room for extra performance, extra production. So Bateman's not somebody that I'm throwing much interest in myself at the moment. This year's 207 is a bit of a throw-in this trade, but from the many mocks we've had, it looks like 207 you're going to get a decent pick. You're going to get a fringe wide receiver, you're going to get possibly Trey McBride as tight end, you might get Desmond Ridder falling there, or you might get one of these running backs that with a right landing spot and an injury away gives you great production. So yeah, I think that's a good, fair and equal trade there. Now, the next one. Close your eyes, guys, close your eyes. This one is absolutely horrendous. Horrendous. We've got Kaiser Soze giving up Kadarius Toney, Kyle Pitts in this year's 105, and acquiring Kirk Cousins, Michael Carter in this year's 214. Now, this year's 214, it's pick 29. You look at a fringe wide receiver, fringe running back, nothing great really, so it doesn't really come into the equation. Michael Carter, promising, great rookie season, but there's words that the Jets might be drafting early another running back, which could cripple his value. I hope not, because I like Carter. Kirk Cousins I spoke about earlier, very undervalued quarterback. But we break it down. Kirk Cousins for the 105. I don't think he's worth that much, but in a weak class, I might give up the 105 for Kirk Cousins. I might. But so we'll call that even though I probably prefer the 105. We've got Kadarius Toney and Michael Carter. Now, I would value both of them as late first round picks at the moment, anything between the 1-9, 110, 111, 112. I think they've both got risk, they've both got upside. Carter has already produced. Just the worry about competition. If there's no competition there, he's in a great situation to give you RB1 numbers. Kadarius Toney probably has the higher ceiling, but he also has the higher risk. We just still don't know what we're getting with Toney at the moment. So we'll call that a push as well. So that basically means you're getting Kyle Pitts for this year's 2-1-4. What the fuck, guys, come on. Or we could break this down another way. We've got Kirk Cousins, Michael Carter in the 2-1-4, which I would not give up Kyle Pitts for. But we'll say you do. That means you've basically acquired this year's 105 and Kadarius Toney for fuck all. Now, I must admit I'm not in this league. It's not a league I commish. But if I did, this would probably be the type of trade that I would throw to the league for getting reversed. I think the lopsidedness in this is just unparalleled. It's one of the worst trades I've ever seen. So great work, Hannibal Lecter. And Kaiser Soze, what the fuck are you doing? You know, just go and watch some videos, you know, do some research, have a look at some trade value charts, you know, get your knowledge up, you know, don't be playing dynasty fantasy leagues if that's the kind of shit you're going to be pulling. Right, finally, we've got one more trade. Hannibal Lecter giving up Pat Fryermouth and his 2023 first, and acquiring Zach Wilson and 2023 third. 2023 third we can throw away. So we've got Zach Wilson for the 2023 first. I think that's probably roundabout spot on. We all know how valuable those 2023 firsts are going to be. Zach Wilson is showing a lot of promise, but he's entering the second year, so it's a bit of a risk. So that means you're giving away Pat Fryermouth for the 2023 third. I think that's a bit cheap. Personally, I wouldn't give away Fryermouth for the 112 or a future second. I think he's a very good, promising tight end. Probably in the top 10 dynasty tight end rankings at the moment, and only likely to go up. But we can forgive Hannibal Lecter after his robbery in the previous trade. He is feeling generous, and he's giving something back to the league. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week, just before the draft. We'll hopefully do one more rookie mock. Let me know what you think of these trades. Let me know if I'm overreacting with the Kyle Pitts trade. I think it's fucking horrendous, by the way. And enjoy your week. Bye now.